Hey, how's everyone doing? We're here hanging out. For those of you we didn't see last week serving, we miss you. Hope you're doing well. Hopefully we'll see you in the near future. But Judd asked us to do this devotional, so we wanted to kind of cover the topic of bread. I know in our house, Tori's been baking a lot of bread with this extra time we've had. Scones, if those count as bread, I don't know. They're really good. Cinnamon rolls, so yeah, we've been having some good stuff. So let's start us out with a reading from John chapter 6. Am I reading the whole chapter?
No, 35 through 37.
All right, 35 through 37. Okay. Jesus said to them, I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me shall not hunger, and whoever believes in me shall never thirst. But I said to you that you have seen me and yet do not believe. All that the Father gives me will come to me, and whoever comes to me I will never cast out. For I have... Is that it?
Yep.
Okay. All right, that's it.
So, I know personally I've noticed the desire to make bread in this time, and I've seen several friends on social media who are either like doing sourdough starters or making their own bread, to the point where it's become like a meme to be making bread in this time. And I was kind of wondering, what is it that when all of this is going on makes us turn to baking bread? And I think in some ways it's a return to, something that's familiar and safe. And it requires our patience, it requires us to use our hands, and it satisfies a desire for us to provide for our families. And I think in many ways, our desire to return to things like bread can be seen through a lens of our desire to want to return to the comfort of God. In Jesus saying that he is the bread of life, I think it's significant that he didn't pick something other than bread. He didn't say, I am like the carrots of life. He didn't say, I'm like the beef of life, but he picked bread, and it's something that I think multiple different groups of people had access to bread, whether you were rich or poor. Bread was something that was accessible. And I think that's important because everyone is looking for comfort, and Jesus provides that for everyone. And so it's a good metaphor to see Jesus as bread. And he said, do this in remembrance of me, is how he references bread. Besides being the bread of life, bread is Jesus' body that was broken for us. And I think that is also something that we can imagine very clearly in times like right now, having just to see what doctors and nurses and other first responders have to go through just to keep us safe, and what they're putting their bodies through, to put on all this protective gear. It's very familiar for us right now to see what it looks like for a body to be broken for us. So somehow I think all of that ties back into Jesus being that bread. And I want to read a quote from Sarah Bessie. She says, perhaps maybe somewhere in our souls we're remembering something important. We're yearning for the incarnated bread of life who satisfies, whose body was broken, because we are unsatisfied and bodies matter to God, and the breaking feels very near to us right now. So I just want to close with a little bit of encouragement and a benediction. May you be comforted by the bread of life this week. May you notice the ordinary ways in which you are being nourished even now. May you feed others as you have been fed. May you be satisfied in this today. Thank you.
Hey, in the comments, let us know if you've been baking anything with bread too. So, just curious. But hope y'all have
share your recipes.
Yes, share recipes. Hope y'all are having a good week, and you have a good weekend, and we'll see y'all soon.